Hello, marketeers. Welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing News, and I'm your host, Sanadya Baveja. Hope you all are in the best of your mindset, and I've been doing a lot lately and didn't get a chance to record the podcast. But I promise for the next 2 years or so, this podcast would be made available every Monday to you. Well, Christmas season is down the road, and I feel every media house, just like last year, would go on a vacation. I remember last year search engine land was on a complete shutdown for the whole season, I guess from 25th December to 1st January. Well, I'll still bring some content to you. Well, on this positive note, I would like to share pro Google tip with you. Justin Rebedew on search engine roundtable, sorry, I guess on search engine land shared a wonderful article where he openly criticizes using last click attribution model on Google AdWords. So if you are a PPC expert, you should listen to this. He says understanding the impact that higher funnel keywords have on conversions can help better utilize the spend. Also, it cuts out the waste and additionally informs the other digital marketing channels such as SEO and social media. Well, I have attached the link to the particular article in the description. Check it out and let me know the views on the same. Well, this was not the news, and I am trying to cover as much as I can, which I am finding resourceful for you, and I'll be sharing it with you because it also helps me keep the track of things which are there and keeps me updated as well. Well, moving on, and let's get started with the news. First one is coming from Google, where Google has extended the optimization score to display campaigns. The campaign optimization score that Google Ads shows for search and shopping campaigns is now available for display campaigns as well. So scores will be available at the campaign level, and a combined account level score now encompasses search, shopping and display. So you may also see recommendations tailored to display campaigns. Score range from 0 to 100%, as everyone of you who are using AdWords would know, and this indicate how well your campaigns are expected to perform based on a number of factors such as targeting, bid automation, ads and extensions, and much more. The score is accompanied by a set of automated recommendations with indicators of how much of the score improvement you can expect to see by accepting them. But trust me guys, don't go ahead and blindly trust whatever the recommendation is. Trust me, I have followed those and they have screwed up the whole account on a very different level, which took me around 1 month to get back on my feet again. Trust me, those recommendations are one way how Google is suggesting if they could help you, but doesn't mean that you have to accept them. Google is smart, I would say, but not smart enough to figure out each and everything for you. So you have to be you have to have the presence of mind and accept those whether you like if you like it, if it's gonna work for you or not. So these scores and accompanying recommendations can be directionally helpful, but obviously don't accept them just blindly. Okay, carefully consider them and whether they are right for your campaign. And equally important, on the flip side, an optimization score of 100% with no recommendation does not mean that there isn't anything you can do, because obviously the human factor is always going to be there. I'm telling you, humans are not going away anytime soon. Anyway, moving on to another update, which is again from Google, but this time it's for SEO guys. So BERT is rolling out to Google search in over 70 languages. So BERT can help computers understand language a bit more like humans do, which everyone now is much more aware of. If you want to go ahead and read more about it, then check out the description where I have linked this particular article. So in one example where there is search query, which reads like this: 2019 Brazil traveler to USA need a visa. The word to and its relationship to the other words in query, like, it's important for understanding the meaning. And if you are ignoring the word to, it gives you a totally different meaning. So previously Google wouldn't understand the importance of this connection of to with the other words and would return the results about US citizens traveling to Brazil, With the BERT update, search is able to grasp this nuance and know that very common word to actually matters a lot here. And we can provide a much more relevant search result for this query. So this is what Google actually stated, that they can provide a much more relevant results for the search query if they understand what the two stands for. Previously, BERT was only applied to feature snippet in languages other than English. Google has said that 10% of all searches are impacted by the BERT update. Now that the algorithm is receiving a worldwide rollout, Google search in 70 plus other languages should benefit from BERT's language processing capabilities. Let me know how big of an update do you feel this is? I feel it's bigger than anything. It's bigger than the three core updates which are launched this year. I feel it's one of those updates in 2015. I don't remember the name of that update. After that particular update, this is the one where NLP is focused, and this should help Google Home. And I feel after this update, Google Home's ads are also being bombarded, like they are much more than they were earlier. Anyway, moving on to another update, which is again from Google, where Google is adding more news content to top stories in search results. Well, what this means is Google is changing how it presents news stories in its search results. When people search for news, they typically see two top stories and a horizontal scrolling carousel of the results. Okay, so as of today on mobile devices, people will see multiple carousels of news stories on the same topic. Google explained that it is using a new story understanding technology to map the people, places, and things involved in a news story and then draw connections between them. The Google also says that its BERT language understanding algorithm is partly behind the new expansion and clustering of news content. So BERT will be used all across Google's algorithm, I feel. Google says that the changes will first appear on mobile devices in the US in English and will be later rolled out to other languages and countries. Well, what we can see is many more stories will now appear at the top of the search results. This means publishers will have more opportunities to rank in these coveted slots. Well, all these pages appear to be AMP formatted. Beyond AMP enabled pages, it is unclear whether or how to optimize for these slots as of now. It is also the case that more traditional web results on the same topics will be further down the page. I assume that people also search for will not be impacted, other than that, it may be further down the search results. Other than that, it will completely be left untouched. Moving on to another update, which is from Instagram. So Instagram begins rolling out collaborative group stories option. Instagram is rolling out yet another stories tool, with some users now seeing a new group stories option which enables users and their friends to collaborate on a private story. In many ways, it is similar to the Facebook's group stories option. With the use of both Facebook groups and stories rising, providing an option for collaborative group stories makes sense. Though on Facebook it does make sense, but they likely have a larger audiences and all, but as most of the groups are already on Facebook and etc. But making that particular or going for that particular option in Instagram, I don't think that makes much sense, but we'll have to wait and watch how this plays out. Let me know in the comment section, how do you think it will play out. Another story is again from Instagram, where Instagram is now testing new layout options for Instagram stories frames. Instagram has begun limited testing of a new layout option in Instagram stories, which enables users to select from a range of presentation styles for their visuals within a story frame. The new option enables you to choose a split screen grid style for your image with 6 different grid styles to consider. At this stage, it seems that you will only be able to add still images to each grid segment. So when you add a user's Instagram handle into the shoutout field, It then provides a listing of images that two of you have shared together, and from which you can choose one to feature in your updates. Well, this particular method could be one of the way to prompt direct engagement and tap into the rising trend of more private conversation on Instagram. Moving on to another update, which is from Facebook, and this is the last update of the week, where Facebook adds additional fact checking resources via community reviewers. Facebook continues its confusing approach to fact checking with a new program that will see the appointment of a team community reviewers, a diverse group of non Facebook employees who will be called upon to check the potentially false reports. Well, yeah, it seems really complicated. According to Facebook, the program will have community reviewers work as researchers to find information that can contradict the most obvious online hoaxes and or collaborate other claims. These community reviewers are not Facebook employees, but instead will be hired as contractors through one of our partners. Like, this is what Facebook is saying, okay? And this goes even more. They are not making final decisions themselves. Instead, their findings will be shared with the third party fact checkers as additional context as they do their own official review. Well, this was all for the week. I stated this in the beginning as well and would state it again. If you want to read any detailed news, then check out the description. You will find all the links of the news which I have covered. And on the end note, I would like to share the article which is about a situation which most of the people find problematic and cumbersome, which is making PPC reports, which are actually readable. Most of the people make PPC reports, which are not actually readable. Well, check out the article on the search engine land published by AdZuma, where they talk about the use of AI while making the report and they also are emphasizing on the importance of visual maps and which helps in narrating your story in a convincing manner to your clients, to your manager, whatever or whosoever the person is. Well, go and check that out. And also I wanted to add one more thing, that last year during the Christmas time, which I have already added, but I'd like to state it one more time, that last time around the Christmas time all the media houses were on vacation, so I guess I'll be back next Monday, but I'm not sure with what. Okay, it can be news, and if it's not news, definitely something else which you guys would love. Well, if you like this podcast, then please subscribe and do share it with your friends. Have a great week ahead. Thank you.